Hello, everyone, and welcome to the first official full on episode of the Marina, as we will talk strictly about the Memphis Showboats here inside the Marina. If you're a Memphis Showboats fan or you just love the USFL, why don't you come on down here with me down to the Marina and let's talk some Showboats football. Now, I have a special edition exclusive inside the episode that will be coming up as I sat down with one of our current running backs, Mr. Juwan Washington. It was quite a good talk. And not only will we be talking about that in today's episode, we will take a look back at week 4 and we will look ahead to week 5. Now, week 4 was the absolute biggest thing for Memphis here because our Showboats could easily be 3-1 right now with only the major thrashing loss to Birmingham. But things did not go our way, and now we are 1-3. Finally got our first win against the Michigan Panthers, which is okay because everyone has to lose every once in a while, every now and then. And this time it was Michigan's turn to lose. Well, we had a heck of a breakout performance this week by a few of our stars. Overall, before we get into any further breakdown, I want to say that I am happy for our Memphis Showboats. I'm so glad they finally managed to get their first win. Whatever you want to say, it is the first win, even if it should be win number 2 or 3. It's the first one. It means a lot. Can our Showboats continue to build off of it like the Houston Gamblers have? So we had huge breakout performances by starting with Mr. 3 stars, Cole Kelly, the quarterback. He was 15 of 26 for 151 yards. He torched and destroyed and demolished that Michigan Panthers defense. He methodically went Peyton Manning / Tom Brady on the Michigan Panthers defense. He owns the Panthers single-handedly. Now, our 2 stars goes to Kareth White, who actually wears number 9 on the team. He is the one in the Florida Atlantic uniform. I unfortunately could not find a photo of Kareth. So Kareth gets the 2 stars because he had 15 carries for 54 yards. And that is huge for Kareth and the Showboats running game. It goes to show that Panthers defense is just not good right now. I mean, they were torched up and down. And our 1 star goes to Derek Dillon. He led the team in catches with 4 catches. He had 4 receptions for 23 yards. Overall, all around, great job by all 3 stars. Our defense as a whole had 66 tackles, 48 of which were solo tackles. We got 1 sack on the quarterback, 4 tackles for loss, and we had 2 interceptions and 1 return for a touchdown. That touchdown return one was completely insane to watch. It was great, amazing the way it happened, and it really capped the tone. It capped the tone. It capped everything. It basically sealed a Memphis win for us last week. So I give complete overall props to the defense. 100%. Next is Steamer number 2. Our breakdown between both Memphis and our opponent. And this week, the opponent is the undefeated New Orleans Breakers. Now, Memphis is 5th in passing yards with 759, tied for 5th with Philadelphia in passing touchdowns with 5, 2nd in passing yards allowed with 832, 7th in rushing yards with 274, tied for 5th with Michigan and Philadelphia in rushing touchdowns with 3, and 3rd in rushing yards allowed with 523 yards. New Orleans is 1st in passing yards with 1,045. That's going to go way up. I don't think it's going to go up as much as people think it will. It's going to go up, though. They are tied for 3rd with Michigan in passing touchdowns with 6. Dead last in passing yards allowed with 643. 3rd in rushing yards with 492. And tied for 1st with Houston in rushing touchdowns with 8. 5th in rushing yards allowed with 397 yards. So thank you. So before we cap off the show today, I would like to invite you to sit down with me and Juwan Washington as we discuss Memphis's first win last week, as we discuss his time at San Diego State. We discussed locker rooms like coming off the win, everyone's thoughts on, Coach Haley and where he kind of stands in his eyes, where he thinks he kind of stands, and so much more. So without further ado, welcome to part 3, player interview. And this week it is running back Juwan Washington. And thank you everyone for enjoying that interview with me. I enjoyed it as much as you did. Thank you, Juwan, again for coming on the show, sitting down with me for an interview. I hope to have you back anytime. And anyone else that wants to come on, you are welcome. Just reach out or I'll get with you. We'll figure it out. But thank you. And now for our last part of the show here, part 4. I think a lot of good things are happening for Memphis. I think a lot of things are heading in the right direction. We're seeing a lot of positives, but overall, I think New Orleans is just way too much. They're too balanced. They're too properly put together, led by an amazingly great coach. He is really good, awesome coach. I do respect DeFlippo. That being said, I think New Orleans has our number this week. Yes, there are dents in their defense where we have a chance to actually score. We have a good chance to score against New Orleans. I still think New Orleans is going to come out on top. I think it's going to be 33-20 in favor of the New Orleans Breakers. So with that being said, I would like to thank you all so much for joining me today on this episode of the Marina. I hope you enjoyed our talk in the Marina, and I hope you come back next week for next week's episode as we will look back on week 5, preview week 6, and who knows, maybe there'll be something else. So thank you, everyone, so much. Have a wonderful day, and we will see you on the next episode.